Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen. Today we've got a reading about it's a romantic connection where there are some very strong feelings and a sense that no one really understands you better, or things really just kind of work easily with this person. And maybe that's primarily how you get along, whether or not you have the same sense of humor or similar, or there are a lot of good memories here, but yet we still have the Four of Pentacles, somebody who's holding back. This could be somebody who's having financial issues and they let that get in the way of getting to know someone. But it comes across to me more so as an emotional sense of lack. Like, I don't know how to connect to you, or I don't know how to believe in fairy tales, that kind of thing. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchanton. I hope you're having a good day. Happy New Year if you're watching this. Well, Happy New Year regardless. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. And we're going to start off with the situations deck. History, past happened, and threatened in the reverse, or embarrassed appearances in the reverse. So this feels to me like there was something that happened between the two of you that not a lot of other people know about. As far as, not really being embarrassed about it. There could be also just a sense of, I said what I said, or I did what I did, whatever. But this feels more so like a secret, or nobody knows about the argument. Nobody knows about how close we got to each other. And then we've got triggers in the reverse. Name, car, place. And interview, talk, conversation, and get on the same page. It's interesting. It's as if to say, I don't need to be reminded. I don't need the little intuitive messages or the, hey, this person would like to hear from you. They are seeking out a conversation, even though there's not a lot to remind them of you. So this might have been a very brief interlude. And then we have obsession and ascension. This is kind of feeling like that set of movies. I think it was a trilogy with the Before Sunset, where they didn't really have a lot of time together, but they forged this very strong bond and thought about each other while they were apart and found a way to see each other again. So this could be a blip on the radar in terms of amount of time that you actually spent with this person, but the thoughts that you have had about each other, that's a different story. And we have ascension. So there's a spiritual growth that has happened, likely on both sides. Oh no. But obviously, for sure, on one individual's part. This is the Egyptian Tarot. What else do we have? Emperor in the reverse. Yeah, this is the Ascension. Death is not always an ending. Death is often a transformation. It's one of my favorite cards for that reason. Happy New Year, Key Controller. How are you doing? I'm so glad you still have all your fingers. Fireworks are dangerous. You got to be safe, you guys. This is I acknowledge that there were some issues. I acknowledge that I didn't pursue you, or I didn't want to, put myself out there. I didn't shoot my shot, or I didn't tell you how I really felt. This might have been one of those things where you had physical intimacy, but not emotional intimacy. And this person has been thinking about the emotional intimacy. Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the Seven of Cups. Was it just a dream? Was it just an illusion? Do I feel stronger than you do? Do you think about it? Or am I the only one? Do you wish that we'd had more time together? There's a lot of questions because there is definitely a cloud. There's illusion or mystery here. I don't really know much about you. I don't know if you're interested in seeing me again. But I can't stop thinking about you. Six of Cups again, and the Four of Cups in the reverse. So even though I haven't had the opportunity to show you how I feel, or even though I haven't had a lot of time with you, I still think about those memories a lot. Four of Cups in the reverse can talk about curiosity. So I wonder why you said this, or I wonder if you're happy without me. I wonder what you're up to. I wonder if you're single. And they've been, I think, very focused on their career. Who do I need to connect to? Who do I need to work with? How can I make sure that I have a strong foundation for my career? This person's very driven. That's funny. And then the Chariot comes out in the reverse. But they acknowledge that something was in their way. Something was in their path. This King of Swords is clarifying the Emperor in the reverse as if to say, got it. I figured out what's in my way. I figured out what the problem is. I know why I haven't been able to get where I want to go or feel the way I want to feel. And it's this thing that I need to work on about myself. It's this transformation that they've gone through. That's why we have the Ascension card, right? So they're feeling better than ever. I hate the dentist. I don't hate the people. Thank you for doing your work. That's difficult. I don't know how you do it. I appreciate you because it's important. And I've heard horror stories of like what happened to people who didn't have the benefit of dentists way back when. And I don't really want to be in that position either. But you know how when you finally like get through the little the torture, okay? It's basically torture that you pay for. When you walk out, you're like, oh, I've never felt so fresh. I feel like my mouth is like brand new. You know, they really get in there and they clean you up. This person's feeling brand new. Maybe they actually did go to the dentist. But it's more so that feeling of like sparkly clean. I figured it out. I know what I'm doing. I have, chipped away at the things that were slowing me down. Hello, Voyager. Hello, Fred. Happy New Year to you. Hello, Rob. Happy New Year. So congratulations to the King of Swords. They identified what was putting them in the Emperor in the reverse energy, what was holding them back, and they addressed it. Ascension. Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Page of Wands in the reverse. However, they have not felt that it was the right time to communicate with this person that they miss or with this person that they fell a little bit in love with. I don't know if they'd really like own up to it, but I do think they fell in love. And again, those questions are persisting. They may dream about you. So let me see the star come out. You've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse, Judgment, and Hierophant in the reverse. Oh, okay. I see a few things here. Most notably, I thought things were done. I thought I wouldn't see you again, or, I just kind of had to learn to accept that that was the time that we had together. But I keep thinking about you. It's like, I don't know, maybe for some of you, it's just really easy to recall the time you spent with this person. They're very vivid memories. But it was as if there was this expectation going into it. This can't really be anything serious. I mean, like, how would this work? Maybe there's an issue in terms of the community. They don't really want to see the two of you dating. Maybe there's an issue in terms of religious background, age, you name it, right? There's so many different things. Maybe you met when you were working together and it was not accepted, but there was this, I know I can't pursue something serious with you. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. I grabbed the tablecloth thingy too. I just need the cards. What else do we have? Hello, Carrie. Hello, Christy. Happy New Year. We have the Stand, number 40. Courage, determination, and fearlessness. Well, that's very good energy for a new year, don't you think? I'm ready for some new energy. I have worked out, some of the problems I had. Feel like I'm more confident, so I'm going to go for what I want. Number 4, apprentice, higher education, knowledge, beliefs, and wisdom. And I'm smiling because this is clarifying the Ascension card. So yes, I've been through it. Yes, I've had some difficult times and I walked away from things. It wasn't always easy to walk away from them. And there are also some things I feel like I should have done differently. But I have learned from it. That's, for me, the big question. Okay, so that happened to you. Now, I may be a little sassy and say something like, but did you die? And that's not always the appropriate response, but this is, I think, the appropriate response. But did you learn something? Did you learn something about yourself? Did you learn something about the world? Did you learn something about what you're capable of? Did you learn something about who that person really is? I bet you learned something. This person did. And it's probably about themselves as well as other things. But definitely about themselves. This is the Wild Reflections. I saw the Emperor in the upright, so that's what I'm crossing my fingers for. Remember, we already had the Emperor in the reverse. I want to see that person figured out. Hello, Johnny. Happy New Year. Oh, I'm trying. That's why I have my channel. Maybe you're both watching me. Hello, first time. Happy New Year. I'm proud of you, Key Controller. Well done. Right back to you, first time. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. The Fool in the reverse. And Judgment in the reverse. I have made mistakes. I messed that up. 3311 in terms of how many people are here and how many likes. First of all, like my video. Second of all, that number could be important for you. But this is saying, I know. I was kind of lame. I did some things. I should have done them better. I should have thought about it before I made decisions. I should have been a little bit more observant, or honest with myself. But the important thing, my dear, is that I figured it out. I realized that I was being ignorant or that I didn't want to see what was really going on. And that's what's important. I figured out the puzzle because it's so easy to look outward, right? Yes, there are often things that we need to do to improve our lives that have to do with other people or, situations or living spots, right? But quite often, I think the people who are feeling like their spiritual growth or their personal development is stagnant, it's because you're not looking inward. You got to be able to say, oh, I was kind of a dummy then. I did something stupid. It's okay though, because I'm learning from it, and that's how you get smart. That's how you get wise. That's how you learn. Hello, Apar. How are you doing? Hello, John. Hey, I've been there. I get it. Ooh, okay. So we got the Hierophant in the upright. I like that after seeing it in the reverse. So, look, it's not necessarily the most popular approach. Maybe most people would like to avoid suffering and betrayal and disappointment and loss, right? Sign me up. I would like oodles and oodles of it. But that's how you learn. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I had things go south. I had things hit the fan. I didn't feel like I had control. I realized at that point that I needed to take control, that I couldn't rely on other things to fix themselves, or I couldn't rely on, my self-sabotaging behavior to just like mess up every once in a while and then I'd accidentally be victorious. No, what I had to do was think about how I approach things. This is such a beautiful Hierophant card. I love it. I had to get in tune with my intuition. I had to look within, and I had to be willing to be stronger. This person has held themselves accountable and rearranged their life. They may have invested more time in something to do with meditation, perhaps even yoga. Maybe they like to run more. Maybe they've just gone to the gym more. But this is, I'm taking a little bit away from this because that's not really serving me. And I'm going to invest more in these hobbies or these people or these pursuits, because that's how I fix what has been off in my life. Hello, Patrick. Happy 2025. I hope you enjoy your day off. Thank you. I like it. Seven of Swords. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Empress. I'll take it. It's not the Emperor in the upright, but the Empress is actually more appropriate. We've got a lot of people that are deciding to be more honest with themselves, be more, open to listening to their intuition and connecting with that emotional side. So I've been seeing the Empress come out quite a lot. And this is a beautiful Empress card, but this is saying, I realize now that there's more that I could offer. I realize now that I was holding myself back. Queen of Swords in the reverse is not a very nice energy. And I hope you forgive me for saying it, but there may have been a tendency to be a little bit cold or standoffish. I don't want to do that, or I don't want to say what I think. I'm going to just walk away, or I'm going to be very overly protective of my emotional state, right? And that may have had some consequences. That may have meant there were others that viewed this person as somebody that didn't care about them. But this Empress is clarifying judgment in the reverse. I know that that was the wrong way to approach things. I need to be more caring or considerate of other people. Four of Swords, Temperance, Page of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Yes. All right. So here's our answer. Temperance is a clear indicator that we have this Empress energy, but we also still have that masculine energy because temperance is a balance of both, right? You can see that with the illustration. It's coming out with the Four of Swords, which talks about healing. We do have a lot of air energy. We could have Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra featured prominently in your chart or theirs. But we've got healing that has enabled somebody not just to recreate or like sustain balance in their life, but find that balance within. This is, maybe it's been too easy for me to feel angry or show anger than it has been for me to show that I was sad or upset or hurt. I need to be able to understand when I'm feeling any of those emotions and feel comfortable talking to people when that happens. So this is an improvement or a step forward with regards to mental health and feeling more comfortable in your own skin. And with the Seven of Cups, it feels like there are new opportunities or options that are opening up to you because you have done this work. All right, this is the Star Trek deck. That's why we just wish them healing, right? What else do we have? Knight of Latinum. That would be like the Knight of Pentacles. And the Two of Starships, which is the Two of Cups. Even though I may have been slow to show you kindness, or even though I may have been a bit stubborn, maybe I didn't express as easily what I was thinking, or offer you a hug, or offer you condolences if you had lost something. And I know I should have. I know I should have been more warm or like caring towards you. Knight of Cloaks, that would be like the Knight of Wands. Queen of Cloaks, or the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I didn't have a lot of time. I should have been working on this a while ago. But the important thing is I learned, and the important thing is I'm working on this. And it stems from insecurity. It stems from not feeling worthy. They may have been abandoned, or they may have felt neglected as a child. Their connection to others may be a little bit difficult to establish because they tried for so long and felt like they were rejected. Hello, Divinely Protected. Happy New Year. This may be my favorite card. I love Data. He's the Fool. And I love this because there is a sense of wonder on his face. There's something new ahead. There's a new experience. What happens if things go well? If I did all the work and I approach things differently with a sense of optimism, then does this thing that I thought was over come back to life? Because the Judgment card can also talk about, it often has people that are coming back to life from coffins. So You can talk about unfinished business or a second chance. These cards are so thick. I think it's just this one. Nope. Okay. 3 of starships. So I know you may think that you'll never see me again, or I know you may think that I've forgotten about you. I know you may think that this isn't something that I want to pursue, but if I find a way to see you again, or if I call you and tell you I want to see you again, what would you say? Queen of Starships, which is the Queen of Cups. And the Page of Cloaks or Page of Wands. So I'm going to send you a message that is going to be loving. And you may be like, hey, who took your phone and like sent this message that clearly didn't come from you? Because I don't know, it's not going to sound like them. They may have always been very reserved or always been very curt, terse, to the point. They may not even like use full words when they're messaging you, right? So for them to send you something that is a bit flourished or elegant or emotional, you're going to be like, what happened? What? I mean, I like it, but like, you okay? Don't ask them that, okay? Just breathe for a second and take a moment before you respond. And think about what you really want to say. What else do we have? The Hanged Man in the reverse. I feel like it took them too long to change their mindset. They feel like maybe you've just kind of given up on them. So if they can't convince you that they have a different perspective, they feel like they could potentially admit how much they love you, and you would be like, oh, that's nice. So this is feeding into that insecurity that they're trying to prevent from controlling how they act, right? Ace of Wands, a new approach, a new opportunity. King of Starships or King of Cups in the reverse. Oh, come on. And Temperance in the reverse. This is difficult for them because they haven't completely let go of that tendency to sabotage or view whatever is about to go well for them as something that will inevitably go poorly or and not how they want it to go. Basically, whoever you are overthinking. Stop it. I don't know, maybe you need like a hobby. You play video games? Do you knit? You need to keep your hands busy or something. This is like, you just think too much about, oh, we got a surprise card. Oh, no, you guys. It's Worf upside down. I love this guy. This is like regression. Now, for some of you, this is, I was all set. I was ready to have this conversation. I knew that you might not necessarily want to see me or talk to me, but I was ready. And then I saw you, and then I heard your voice, and then I was like, well, goodbye. It may be a little overwhelming. it may send them into a bit of shock or suspension, you know. I don't know what to do now. Hello, Kanal. How are you doing? This is the Blanco Nero or Bianco. I think it's Blanco. That would make sense. You guys, I've said these names for too long. You'd think I'd remember. But Blanco's white, so that's like black and white deck, so it kind of makes sense. Ace of Cups and the Magician. Okay. Do we have a recovery? But wait, there's more. This is a battle, and that's why we have, for the general reading, some people that will go one way and another that will actually like pursue this person. But it's about whether or not they focus on this magician energy that they possess, which is about capability and going after what you want. And what do they want? They want love. Ace of Cups. So are they going to focus on this energy or the temperance in the reverse, strength in the reverse? They have to fight those like demons of not feeling worthy. So let me tell you, you are lovable. And you put in a lot of work. So believe in yourself. I think it's more painful to lose something that you didn't go for or that you didn't attempt than it is to lose something where you actually made an effort. There are times where I have felt silly for making a kind gesture towards somebody that I was being, friendly towards. Maybe they were new at work or, maybe I'm just trying to be nice in a grocery store. And then they just like suck. But you can't let that totally ruin your day, right? Because the intention you put out into the universe was kindness and trying to be nice to somebody, right? Just because they're poop on a stick doesn't mean that you have to be upset about it. They're the ones that have to walk around all day as themselves. So this is saying, remember that confidence. Let go of the insecurity. Express yourself. Ooh, guys, I got it. I got my wish. So we have the Emperor energy coming out. Even more fire energy. King of Swords is in the reverse, though. What is this about? What? I don't like it. Queen of Swords. Okay. The barrier here is somebody's tendency to be overly critical of themselves. The barrier here is whether or not somebody is going to be honest with themselves about how important it is to pursue what they want instead of self-sabotage. Look, sometimes we get real focused on the details or just one way of being happy. And we fail to realize that you can train and prepare and work on yourself to be good enough for this job and then get this job. You know what I mean? Like, if you are working on yourself, that is the victory. It's not always about what you get from that because there's always going to be options, right? 7 of Cups. I think this person is finally acknowledging it's not so much that I need to be at a point where I can express my emotions for this particular person, although I am madly in love with them. It's that I have gotten to the point where I have the mindset that makes me capable of having a very healthy connection. And if this person is ready, sweet. Awesome. I did all that work for something. But if they're not interested in me or if they're not ready, that doesn't mean I did all that work for nothing. I'm still looking great. There's other people out here. Be open to alternative endings. Did you ever watch like movies that had various possible endings? Like the one that comes to mind is Clue. I'm pretty sure they had a couple different variations and I freaking loved it. You got to be able to daydream in a way that allows for alternate endings. Sometimes your dreams are not quite sparkly enough. Have I said hello to Carrie? I hope so. Happy New Year. King of Wands, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Wands. So this is looking more positive. Sometimes we stumble, sometimes we get distracted, sometimes we lose sight of what we've been working on. And then we can get little reminders along the way that ignite a fire within us, which is appropriate with the King of Wands there, right? This is somebody who almost falls back into that pattern of not believing they're lovable or feeling insecure in terms of whether or not they can say what they need to say, do what they need to do. This person, they deserve better than me. Then they pick themselves back up. That's the important part, because we all fall. There's nobody out there who's like, I've never failed once in my life. That you like to talk about. We have all failed. We have all failed. The question is, how quickly can you get back up? Because let me tell you guys, I haven't talked about falling down the stairs in the bar for a long time, so I'm going to pull that story right back out because it's appropriate. It was for New Year's. I went to this bar in Iowa City for New Year's Eve, and I think it was the first year I could be in a bar for New Year's. Everybody had like bottles of champagne, right? I may or may not have been wearing a skirt. This is important for later. And there was 2 levels to this bar. My best friend was upstairs, and I needed to go downstairs to talk to somebody else, another friend of mine. And unfortunately, this L-shaped staircase proved to be a little bit more than my tipsy ass could handle. And I fell all the way down those stairs. Okay, you guys, L-shaped staircase, tall staircase in the middle of the bar. And it's New Year's, so it's packed. There's a lot of people in there, but they still looked at me. And I was like, hey guys. Now, I could have just crumpled at the bottom of the stairway, a depressing heap of failure and embarrassment. But no, what did I do? Some of you guys know this. I stood right back up, my silly ass, and I decided I'm going to prove to all these people that I'm not drunk by dancing on the way out. And they'll know that I'm perfectly fine. And this is just like a little random thing, no big deal. And then I tripped on the rug. So I fell twice, you guys, okay? But you should admire my spirit because I was willing to get right back up. Plus, I got back up after falling the second time and walked out of the bar. But, you know, the important part is not, did you fall? Or can you entirely avoid falling? It's how much fun can you have when you get back up to prove to people that you're just fine? You know? Have a little fun with it. This person's realizing, maybe I'm not perfect, but I've learned a lot. Maybe I don't have everything that somebody wants, but I got something. We got Hermit in the reverse and the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Part of the issue is this King of Wands magician energy that we've got. They have been told by other people it is silly for them to pursue their love interest. Oh, there's no way that person's going to be interested in you, or oh, I heard that person's in love with someone else, or you know, they're too popular for you, or too pretty for you, or too whatever, right? Hello, Shane. Happy New Year. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. Instead of getting distracted, instead of wasting my time and energy on things that we could probably call folly or like a little bit of a dead end, I have remained focused. I knew where I needed to be. I knew what I needed to work on. I knew I needed to be honest with myself about what internally needed to change. And that's why my map to, you know, happiness is super accurate. I've been honest with myself. I've listened to my intuition. I've called myself out on my self-sabotage. And that's why when I type in the GPS coordinates, it works out. Congratulations, you've now arrived at happiness, fortune, true love, twin love. King of Pentacles. You're going to feel like things are much more stable than they've been in a very long time. And that's going to be regardless of whether or not this relationship works out for you, because you are going to be attractive to multiple people. Well done. Hello, Lighthouse. Happy New Year. Hello, Mark. Happy New Year to you. We've got Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. I realize now that I expected something from you without offering anything back. I realize I was being impulsive, or maybe even just, what is it that I want from a situation? I'll take that and then run away. But I've had time to think about things now. Five of Wands in the reverse is inner conflict. I've been able to realize I can't really move forward until these little things that I do to get in my own way change. So here goes. I'm going to start believing in myself. I'm going to start speaking up when there's something that I want. Hello, Malcolm. How are you doing? Happy New Year. The Moon. Nine of Cups. What you may not know is you are becoming more and more wise, more and more comfortable in your own skin, more and more accepting of the way the water of life happens to, divide the land, right? There is something very exciting right around the corner for you. You may be able to already kind of sense it. You may have some intuition that's kind of like, I kind of feel like I'm going to Disneyland. You may not actually be going to Disneyland, or you might. But this is Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. There's something that you're about to get that is basically a job well done because you ascended. This is the obvious choice because it's called Voyage of the Soul, and that's what you're on. Nailed it. Did y'all ever watch that show? I don't know if they have any new seasons because I canceled Netflix. That show cracked me up. How many times have you tried to make something extra cutesy, like baked goods wise, and you're like, oh, what is that? That doesn't look good. It's not what it's supposed to look like. Yes, exactly, John. We've got justice, decision, fairness, review. Does that say laws and consequences. This is what I pulled the deck for because I knew we would get something, either enlightenment or ascension. And underneath ascension, it says upgrade, activation, progress, timelines, and shifting. So you signed up for an upgrade. And then we've got answers, clarity, transparency, justification, disclosed, and bear. You're becoming more authentic. As such, your life is improving. The universe is like, oh, you gonna be real? Cool. Then let's get you something that you've been looking for. We got the guides coming out. So your intuition is going to be, I think, more refined, or you're going to have greater confidence in it. Receive, clarity, open mind, open, and crown chakra. Empath, sensitivity, receptive, alone time, absorb, and replenish. Like I said, your intuition is going to increase, in part because of your intentions changing. As you ascend, the way you intend to interact with others becomes more benevolent. I want to, do right by people. I want to inspire them. I want to be a positive influence. Those are the kinds of things that people with high vibes, those are what they think, right? Not so much the I can't wait to get revenge on you. I can't wait to make you feel small. I can't wait to feel richer than you. We all know that's not like high vibe shit, right? So, because our intentions change, because somebody has worked on the inside, there are upgrades on the outside. All right, this is What's the News? Did you guys do anything fun for New Year's? Please tell me you were more exciting than I was. Puzzled and laughter. So this feels to me like we have somebody that is uncertain. They're not really convinced things are going to go the way they want. Conflicted, right? We had somebody that was tending to go back to that self-sabotaging behavior, but they caught themselves. And it enables them to get into a place in life where they feel like they can breathe. Like, oh, okay. This is what I've been working towards. This is what I wanted. Heart to heart, deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. Brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach. This is what we've been working on, right? This is why we finally have that Emperor in the upright. I know that I distance myself from people. I know I push people away. I know I don't want to feel like anybody got the best of me. But sometimes that leads me to doing things that basically result in losing people that were actually going to have good intentions. I don't know what that means, but hello, inner voice. All right, let's get a few from the Spiritual AF deck. So you want to be a badass, show your heart to everyone. I remember being called a badass and just kind of like laughing at the person like, no, I don't think so. I'm kind of a big loser. And I don't know that I would necessarily like say that's how I view myself, but I think this sentiment is spot on. If you think about the people that are the most fearless, they are the people who are the most authentic, the people who don't stop to worry about whether or not crying in a situation that calls for it is going to result in them being judged by people. If I gotta cry and you want to judge me for it, that's on you. I'm not going to feel bad about it, you know? There are people who dislike you because you don't dislike yourself. The world doesn't owe you anything. Vibrate so high that toxic people fall back because they no longer know how to approach you. Things get harder before you level up. Know that. That's that tendency to go back to those old patterns. Push through, let go of that because there's something different and something I think you'll like much better waiting on the other side of changing those behaviors, right? I don't need to do that anymore. That was not protecting me the way that I thought it would. Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. Change is good. Some of you may move. Some of you are just looking at life in a different sense, right? And that's what enables you to figure it out. Figure out what enables you to get to that place you want to be. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Start off the new year right. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.